All right, welcome class of 2019 to your senior meeting. Our goal today is to discuss with you your senior year, preparing you to graduate, and helping you reach your post-secondary plans. My name is Mr. Pemberton, and I'm going to do a brief presentation to you, and after the presentation you will then meet with your counselors and you can go over your credits, courses you're currently taking, any questions you may have about graduation and or your post-secondary plans. All right, the Counseling Center staff. Mrs. Freshour is a counselor working with 10th through 12th grade students, last name's A to G. Mrs. Shireman is a counselor working with 10th through 12th grade students, last name's H to O. Ms. Tucker is a counselor, 10th through 12th grade, last name's P to Z. Mr. Ragsdale is our freshman counselor. Mrs. Michelle Payne is our registrar. Mrs. Michelle Williams is our scholarship coordinator. Mrs. Stacy Fedowa is a secretarial assistant. My name is Mr. Patrick Pemberton. I am the counseling director, and Mrs. Teresa Weichman is the C4 counselor. So that way, you probably have seen us, but now we're going to have a chance to get you to know all of our names. All right, we have two goals today. One is to ensure that you are on track to earn your diploma this year. The second is to understand the process to help you begin your post-secondary endeavors, whether they be a four-year college, a two-year college, a technical school, entering the workforce, the military, or an apprenticeship. We want to help you keep persisting to reach your goals. All right, step one, prepare to graduate. Review requirements for your diploma type, Core 40, academic honors, and or technical honors. You'll need to make sure that you have all the required courses you need. If you have not passed a course required for graduation, please look at the courses listed on the right-hand side of your transcript to ensure it is in your schedule this year. When I'm done with this presentation, you're going to break down and meet with your counselors, and you'll have time to get those questions answered and make sure that you are on track. We're also going to have you count your credits. Make sure you have on track to have 40 by the end of this year, 47 if you want academic and or technical honors. We want you to fill out the credit check sheet that we gave you and make sure that you realize grades are very critical during your senior year. You don't take off the senior year. Check your parent portal often. I see a lot of kids doing it, and that's great. We will have a handout for you that is just a brief explanation of the three diplomas that Indiana Department of Education recognizes. The Indiana Core 40, the Core 40 with academic honors, and the Core 40 with technical honors. And we see more and more of our students are getting an academic and technical honors. You'll have this sheet as a handout, and you can refer to it, and when you are meeting with your counselor, if you have any specific questions about that diploma that you're pursuing, please ask them then. We're also going to give you out a diploma check sheet or graduation plan so that you can check off the credits that you've earned, the grades that you've earned in those classes, and so you can have an accurate check on your number of credits and the credits that are in progress during your senior year. All right. As you know, and you've heard this since started as a freshman, part of your graduation, besides earning the appropriate amount of credits in the certain areas, is that you must complete a senior project. Requirements and information can be found on the senior project page of the Columbus North High School website. Helpful people for your senior project would be your senior English teacher, your Bulldog Time teacher, career information and exploration teacher. That class is also known as the senior project class. And you can also see Mrs. Hester as well, who is our senior project coordinator. Every senior is required to pass English and Math I-STEP in addition to doing your senior project. All right. Now, some of you as juniors may have had some visits, some post-secondary visits, and we hope so. You can do so again this year as a senior. You can get 3 days, and these days can be used for meetings with recruiters as well. These forms are available in the dean's office, and they need to be submitted 5 days before the visit. There's no substitute for visiting. You have to get a feel for the campus. If you don't visit and you just go based upon what you've heard, you might be disappointed. I think more and more students realize this and look forward to making the visits. I would suggest to you, if you're going to make a visit, do so by planning ahead. Call the school, make an appointment so that they are expecting you and that you can have the time to meet with the appropriate people, have your questions answered, get a tour, maybe even meet with some professors. So don't just show up. Call ahead and make an appointment, and it'll be a great experience. And colleges want you to visit, and they really appreciate it if you are call ahead. They'll be expecting you. Now, we have a few other opportunities. There is a college fair Thursday, September 27th at East High School. It'll be during basically periods 5, and you will eat period 6. And some of you may have went on this last year, and it'll be the same format. I think there's over 90 schools represented. During our fall break would be a good time for you to make some college visits. That way you don't even need a form. And also, if you want to see what college reps or recruiters are coming to North, find a schedule and register on Naviance. Now, in addition, as far as your graduation requirements and your senior project, it is also important that you are taking an SAT or ACT. Now, I know many of you took the ACT last year as juniors. Some of you may have taken the SAT as well. Maybe you've taken the ACT again. That's fine. But do make sure you have those taken early on. Don't wait too long to do so. We have given you the websites for the SAT and the ACT. Our school code for both testing agencies is 150610, and we have an SAT and ACT calendar available for you as well as a handout. Now, AP tests, some of you may be in AP classes. Those will be in the first 2 full weeks of May of 2019. Now, colleges will differ in how they use those scores. It is very important that you contact any particular school you're interested in and see how they award credit for AP scores and what scores are required in order to get credit as well. If you are interested in taking the ASVAB, we have many military recruiters who will help assist in that. And I do believe we are trying to schedule an ASVAB for October 24th. And keep in mind, if you take the ASVAB, it is through the military, but you are not obligated to the military in any fashion. I took this test many years ago when I was a senior, and I was never contacted by a recruiter. For those of you who are looking for the military, that's great. I applaud you. You will take the ASVAB. But also the ASVAB is a good indicator of the type of skills you have and what sort of jobs that they will match. So I do recommend it. Now, applying to college. Well, it's important you apply early. If you need recommendations, you need to start asking for those recommendations now into September. Now, I'm sure many of you already have done that. If you are asking for recommendations from teachers, you need to give them 10 school days for teachers and counselors to write a recommendation letter. Reason is, we want to write a good letter. The teachers want to write a good letter for you and are happy to do so. But we don't want to feel rushed and need it done, in a day. So show some respect to those people who are happy to help you with a letter and give them ample amount of time. So we say 10 days. Now, in addition to that, you need to fill out the brag sheet on Naviance. In the Counseling Center, we are not going to write a letter for you unless you have done that brag sheet. And that is in Naviance under the About Me tab, the student brag sheet. We always emphasize that November 1st is a common application deadline. I would not wait till the 31st to submit my application. I would try to get that done maybe by fall break, but don't get in a rush. As you're preparing to start your applications, and I know many of you have already done so, be organized. Be sure to know all the deadlines and requirements for each application. It may be helpful to keep a check sheet or a chart, maybe a spreadsheet, maybe some sort of a Google Doc, whatever works best for you. Check your email often. Colleges often communicate important information via email, and they're not going to send it to your parents, they're going to send it to you. So when you use an email address, please make sure it is an email that you check regularly. I've had some sad stories where kids missed out on some important deadlines because they didn't check an email. The colleges are not going to call you or text you. They will do so via email. So folks, check your email often. Now, When you're applying to college, you're going to be working with your counselor. As counselors, we love to do this. It's a great part of our job. It's a fun thing for us to do. We enjoy it. So it's very important you communicate with your counselor. Anytime you need information sent from the counseling center, transcript, school report, recommendation letter, and etc. All right, and we do have a college application checklist for you to look at as well. You can communicate via email or by coming down and requesting to see your counselor. Do your request early. Allow 5 school days to process an application without a recommendation. There are many schools that don't require a recommendation, which is fine. If it requires a recommendation, then you need to give us 10 school days to process an application with a recommendation. All right? Now, the counseling center is closed fall break. Transcript only requests due by October 2nd, and recommendation requests are due by September 25th. Again, plan ahead, all right? Don't get in a rush, and don't make us get in a rush. We want to help you on this journey. We enjoy the journey with you, so give us time so we can give our very best to you. Here's just a copy of the application checklist that we are giving out as a handout today. It's a good reference point for you, and you can refer to it often in the process. All right? Now, applying to college. You will have to send your transcripts through Parchment. I know a lot of you have already done so and registered with Parchment. Here is the Parchment address or email or website address. And then there's a registration code in the box to sign up. If you need that code, you need to come down to the counseling center and see Mrs. Williams so that she can get that to you. But any electronic transcripts are sent via Parchment. We don't mail transcripts in. We cannot give you a transcript to send in. It's not official. You do so through Parchment, and it is sent electronically. If you have any questions about signing up for Parchment, come on down to the counseling center, and we'll be happy to help you get registered. Now, when you're doing this, enter the required information on the next screen, your email address. We recommend not your school email because when you graduate, that email address will go away. Create a password, your grade level, and answer the questions and click the Let's Go button. Fill out the contact information and academic information, GPA, on the next page and click Finish. It's really not that hard, and then you're ready to start ordering transcripts. All right, paying for college. Financial aid. Well, you've heard about financial aid, FAFSA, free application for federal student aid. But there's other forms. We have scholarships and grants. Well, obviously you don't pay those back. But keep in mind, in order to get a scholarship, you really have to pursue it. It's almost like a part-time job. Grants would be based upon a financial aid package, and that is determined by the colleges that you have your financial aid information sent to. Loans. Well, loans are obviously something you pay back. And then there are work-study programs where you have a job on campus and then you are able to earn some extra money. That too is a part of your financial aid package. Now, most financial aid comes from the college and or the government. If you have questions about anything related to financial aid, contact the college financial aid offices with questions. You can also contact, if you want somebody locally, IUPUC's financial aid office is always glad to help, even if you're not going to attend IUPUC. They're still a great help to our students and families, so always contact them. Very important. FAFSA is due March 10th, 2019. It opens up in October. However, it is important that you check with a school to see if they have an earlier deadline. An example would be Purdue. They want it by March 1st. So it's your job to check when they want that financial aid form submitted. Again, don't wait till the night before. All right? We'll also be hosting a FAFSA help session on October 4th at East High School, and it will start at 6 o'clock. In addition, you can sign up for Show Me the Money to receive our counseling center's weekly scholarship publications that we receive. I think a lot of you are already doing so, and if not, stop by and we'll get you signed up. It just takes just a few minutes to do so, and it's a great resource as well. Now, I'm sticking this in now. Very important. As we're talking about applications and college recommendations, if you require a letter of recommendation or anything other than a transcript, you must make an appointment to see your counselor. The counselor cannot write yet letter of recommendation or any specific questions without meeting with you. As I mentioned earlier, you're also going to have had that brag sheet filled out. All right? Because we can't write a good letter for you unless we know other facts about you besides your grades and your GPA, which is all very important, but we want to talk about other things that makes you the great person that you are. So again, if you need something other than a transcript, need to see your counselor. All right, anything else additional would be like the NCAA and NAIA eligibility. If you plan on being a athlete at a college or university, you need to check with your coach about registering for the NCAA clearinghouse or the NAIA clearinghouse. And keep in mind that those organizations also require a final transcript, so you would send them a transcript through Parchment as well. If you are a 21st Century Scholar, make sure you are up to date on all of the requirements that are required for you. We'll even have some books available for you that will lay out what you need to do by the time your senior year is over. Again, don't wait till the last second. And if you have questions about this, you can go to this website, scholars.in.gov. All right. Now, this is a short presentation, and we hope you're feeling confident about what you need to do to earn your diploma this year. You're going to meet with your counselor momentarily to answer any other of those specific questions. How to find information for your post-secondary options, the college application process, and where you can access financial aid. All right. You can also find handouts, forms, and this PowerPoint on the Counseling Center, its learning page as well. And hey, folks, if you have any other questions today, next week, at any time, come see your counselor. Send your counselor an email. We'll be happy to help you. And you can also stay connected with us through our Remind. I think a lot of you are already on the Remind. It's a great way for us to communicate. Make sure you subscribe to Show Me the Money. Visit the webpage on the Columbus North website. And you can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram via our social media accounts. And hey, that's it. I appreciate your time. It's now going to be time for you to start meeting with your counselors and having specific questions answered and getting you off to a great and successful senior year. Thank you very much.